Welcome, everybody, to the Majora Tea-Cast, home of Majora Tea and a popular friend of the show, my man, Alex.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this is totally not a Button Mappers episode.
Yes, it's not to be confused.
So there's no Button Mappers intro. We are not the Button Mappers today.
However, if you do like what you hear today, you should totally check us out on the Button Mappers, where you can find 20 plus more similar videos.
Yeah, we do regular podcasts on the Button Mappers every week. So if you like our banter, there you go. Go check us out, man. Or woman.
Yes, go check out lots of our Button Mapper banter on the Button Mappers.
But this is the Majora Tea-Cast, so I gotta respect Teddy's channel here.
Well, I appreciate it, Alex. Although you're always very respectful.
Thanks. The T stands for turbo.
It's actually Teddy, but we could say turbo today.
So what's up, man? What's in your mind?
Nothing. You know, I'm just looking at you, looking at my shelf, looking at my gaming memorabilia.
What's on my shelf?
The first thing I see on myself is a DVD.
What is it? Is it a good DVD?
I think it's a great DVD, actually. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a great big bunch of CGR Undertow.
Oh, I have not. I don't have that, but I watched your video on it from forever ago. Like 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Or 16 maybe? Was it 16 or 17? I don't know.
It was 17 or 18.
Okay.
I was home for Christmas and I was recording a video like, look, Ma, I got a DVD.
I got a DVD, Ma. I should really probably get my hands on some of those CGR DVDs.
I imagine it's hard to get the physical copies of things like that now.
It's hard to persuade myself to buy a lot of those Classic Game Room DVDs because I can watch the show on YouTube.
It's a fair picking point because, I mean, almost every review, I could probably just tell you what reviews there are and you could just watch the reviews.
Yeah. You could maybe a playlist.
The difference is that I think you would appreciate it because it's very much like a homey style video.
Well, I know, I think he does, which, with that and for the other Classic Game Room things, they do more original stuff in there too, right? They have, original parts. Yeah, the parts are original. There's some bonus features, but the reviews are entirely pulled off YouTube. Yeah, that kind of feels kind of lazy. Which I think he kind of Mark kind of not Derek. Mark kind of fixed that later on with his other review stuff he's doing now, where he sells new reviews. Right? Is that right? Or something? I don't know if you can even call it selling the reviews because they're Amazon Prime exclusives. It's not. It's just exclusive to a software service. I don't know that. Well, he doesn't do 2085 anymore either. Really? Yeah, he stopped doing that last year, the end of last year.
So what's he on, Mark 5?
I don't know. He's not doing anything online right now. He's he's been doing books, and then he sells CGR Supremes, which I'm guessing those are brand new reviews.
Okay.
Feature-length reviews, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. I don't want this to become another CGR cast because we're so good at doing that.
That's one of the best Majora Tea-Casts as far as views and everything, and I think the conversation was good too. But
this is the throwback. But we'll not talk about Classic Game Room all day.
Yeah, not all day. Maybe just for a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, it's something that's important to us, especially.
Yeah, especially as people who recorded video reviews for probably 5 years.
Yeah, it's something that I'm sure I've said this before. I know I said it in a Button Mapper video that's going to be up at some point. That we wouldn't have met with that Classic Game Room. So it's it's a big part of our history, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, and I can't knock Classic Game Room too much because I really do appreciate, that it's even brought us to the surface.
Yeah, and now we do our own shows.
Sure do, and boy, have they changed.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, podcasting versus video making.
In what sense? Versus...
Like how? Well, how has maybe podcasting changed your view and or vision of recording content on YouTube or social media?
I think podcasting has kind of allowed me to, I don't know, it's kind of allowed me to open up a little more and become a little like, podcasting is almost entirely based on personality, right? And it kind of feels like I feel a little more comfortable doing that than I do video making, which I still do like making videos. Don't get me wrong there, but since we're doing the button mappers, I've been loving doing that stuff, and I haven't been as active on Turbo Zone or on Frickin' Frack since then, and that's something I do wish, I do want to like still create stuff on there, but I feel like as of right now, like podcasting is like what I want to do,
Yeah, I do.
So
I remember you saying, I think it was your first time plugging the button mappers, maybe it was in Turbo Zone, and you were just saying, like, it was like 2 minutes, but you said that the thing about the button mappers is it's just fun.
yeah,
It's just fun to do. And, when we started the project of conceptualizing the podcast channel, as the button mappers, to me, it was like, more so about finding purpose, finding purpose in the content we create, which I definitely think we do on the button mappers. We have very purposeful content. But I kind of agree with you that I always look forward to recording our video podcasts, to doing the edits on them, to listening to them back, to scheduling the content. I think the procedure or the process is just fun overall.
well, and there's a lot less stress with the editing and a lot, like the actual put together of the videos, which is like one of the biggest downfalls of actually making online content, like making videos is like, I love making videos, but man, like when it comes to editing, like sometimes it's like pulling teeth,
And most of the time, we're just editing our solo content.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. And even then I could work days on something for Turbo Zone and then like not like how it turns out. But a podcast, I feel like, especially the button mappers, has been quite the opposite. I will record something and I'll be like, I don't know how that episode was, and then once it's up, I'll re-listen to it and I'm like, you know what, I actually like that one.
So we've recorded about 20, maybe 21 or so podcasts by this point. I'll start by like, how many of them do you like and would go back and listen to?
I've gone back and listened to, I think, mostly all of them. I think there's a couple. I'm trying to think if there's a couple I haven't. The ones that I do the least are like, you know what? I don't know if there's any that I don't listen to. I think I kind of like go back through and I listen to them here and there. Maybe there's a few game talks that I haven't. Like,
and maybe this would be a good time to even preface for the viewers what content we even create over there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, because people are like, what the hell's a game talk? So the Button Mappers is Teddy and I, and we focus on gaming because that is our background and that's what we know. And unlike other gaming podcasts that just talk about current events, news, and whatever else is out there in the public eye right now, we try to keep things a little more, I guess, focused and a little more fun. So we have 3 separate series. We have the Intellectual Discourse, which is where we just kind of talk about, whatever, any topic, and just kind of discuss our thoughts on it. We have Game Talk, which is a pretty fun series where we kind of take in viewer questions and we each kind of bring our own game that week to talk about. Then we have the Map Outs, which is the most unique thing we do, where we take a game and we pull it apart level per level and kind of dissect it.
Yeah, and we were discussing before how each one of these types of podcast videos is endless.
Oh yeah. We could do variations of those three forever, and we want to do other series eventually. You know, we want to branch out eventually and do other ideas. But as of right now, I feel like the three that we have are really solid. Like, and they're really fun to produce. Like you said, I never go into it like, oh, I got to record a podcast today. You know, like, oh, I got to do this today. I'm always like, oh man, I can't wait to get on there and, you know, talk about whatever, Teddy.
It almost feels like I'm missing out by the end of the week if we haven't done anything. And I'm like, Alex, like, are you there? Like, can we record a podcast today?
You like having like a withdrawals. You're like, oh, I need a podcast. I need my podcast fix. No, and you know what? And I think it's almost like a sense, like I think it's almost like some sort of like a therapy. You know, like it's kind of therapeutic. Kind of doing the podcast.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man.
So
love that podcast. Do you feel it's changed you in any ways, or like your habits, maybe?
It has changed the way that I look at games, I think. In a sense, I don't know what I mean by that for sure, but I never, you probably had the same thing. You know, whenever you were doing really heavy game reviews regularly on Majora, and whenever you would buy a new game, did you just enjoy the game for the game, or did you think, oh, I got to do a video on this? I should probably start recording this or that, you know?
For a long time, I was under that mentality and impression on YouTube where it's like, oh, I'm playing this game. I should make a video on it. And it's because it's relevant, because it's new. I should rush to get one. And like I would say maybe 50% of the time I didn't. You know, I'd finish a game and I didn't do it, but I almost felt obligated if I finished a game that I had to talk about it.
I was the same way, and I was doing that ever since like I was doing the old Turbo Gamers review over on Frickin' Frack forever ago, and it's kind of like I never realized how much that hampered some of my enjoyment of the games, you know. Because ever since we started doing button mappers, and even ever since I took a year hiatus from Turbo Zone just because I just didn't want to do anything. You know, I just had burnout and I didn't want to do anything. So even then, I stopped and I realized that like for a lot of the stuff I was playing, I was more in the video creative mode than I was like the gaming mode. I didn't really appreciate what I was playing. You know. Like, and so I no longer buy games like, oh, I'll do a video on this. And I no longer like think of things while I'm playing them like, oh, I can't wait to do a video on this. You know, I'm just trying to enjoy the games for what they are and kind of leave that almost poisonous mentality behind.
We have a lot of breathing room with our content. You know, just because we finish a game doesn't mean we have to talk about it at any point in the month.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the only content that we do that is really exclusive to finishing games, and not even all the time, is game talk.
Yeah, well, yeah, and even that, it's not even like finishing the game. It's more just talking about our experiences with the title and thinking about our overall thoughts.
The last two that we did, I didn't even like fully experience them. I didn't complete them or anything. One of them I even just stopped playing because it got too hard. And it's fine. I could still talk about it.
Yeah, it doesn't ruin it. It's not like you're doing a definitive review video, you know. We're just... I don't know.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of like lost it for a second.
What's your least favorite parts about recording for a review?
Ooh. Definitely trying to organize my thoughts. That is one of the most difficult things for me. I was trying to create something that's coherent and enjoyable to listen to while also like not trying to ramble like a fucking idiot.
How many times do you think you succeed in that endeavor?
I don't know. I have a few reviews that I just, you know, like still enjoy and still go back to, and I'm like, oh, I think I did a good job. Even ones that were more off the cuff commentary style. Because mind you, even whenever I was doing reviews on Turbo Zone for a while, I kind of leaned into a more commentary style because it took away from that aspect. It just let me kind of beat me, you know.
Mm. I've always kind of enjoyed your commentary style videos. I remember the one that was like Pandora's Tower or something on the Wii, and you kind of just sat and I don't want to say bullshitted, but you just you talked the game through, like your experience with it, and I appreciated it. And there is always room to grow because sometimes it may seem like there's not a cohesive track,
Hmm.
for it to follow. But I think you know what makes your videos good when they're good. So, I think in the end it pays off.
What are some of your favorite of my videos, and I'll tell you some of my favorite yours.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um, Let me think back. I mean, a lot of them are really the classic ones that I've seen from you. I always say, like, I always call back to like the six pack video, and I remember Pandora's Tower. I know you always reference that because that guy commented saying you couldn't pronounce the Japanese word, and then you're like, the guy's, you have nothing better to do with your life, don't you? Like, then just correct my pronunciation. Let me see. I gotta think a little more.
you can even
You
pull
tell me
stuff
what
from.
I'm.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm saying you can even pull stuff from Turbo Zone too.
Yeah.
Just anything you see down there. I think my
Oh,
favorite.
Sega Genesis. I love the headbang. Like that's very like in the beginning of the video. I always love and appreciate skits, and
Oh,
so
okay.
when you like insert yourself into the beginning of the intro for that game,
Oh,
that was really
and the
funny.
Sega Classics thing. Yeah,
Yeah, Sega Classics for PS4.
yeah. When I was going
Thought that
through
was really
those.
funny, and I thought you were on something good with the EDF video as well. You did a skit style intro in there, but I think just with the commentary overall about like you know visiting Earth. You know.
My favorite video of yours is the MVG video. I
Really?
fucking love that video, dude. I think that was like one of the most like creative things you've ever done.
Wow, I'm flattered.
Yeah, it was, and and I've enjoyed your reviews too. I know like like some of the older ones I watched was like the Dragon Quest Swords, which is funny because I was listening to Spencer talk about that too. Like, how many people have found you through that video?
That video has around 1,000+ views. I don't know how many stayed for it.
Mm.
That was one of my first videos I did when I got recording equipment, like the
Yeah,
Elgato.
I say because I remember that one and the Fortune Street, like my earliest memories of your videos. And then what other ones? I don't know. I just love the weird ones you do too. Like you did the response to the personal trainer cooking game. Finally,
I'm still waiting on my cooking
I
mama.
I have been conceptualizing, and I want to do something cool for that.
Mhm.
So it's not. I haven't forgot about it, Teddy. Don't you fear.
Okay.
Cooking Mama's gonna be here at some point.
Hmm.
What else? What else? I'm trying to think back, man. You did.
I mean, I really just appreciate that you said MVG because that project took a lot of time
Mhm.
as far as like getting all the footage from all these different sources, thinking about what fit the lyrics, recording the lyrics several times, going over it, and repeating it and like being able to speak it fluently. When I recorded it into my computer, I didn't like read it from the screen or anything. I think I memorized the sections or something along those lines. I tried to do it as organically as possible, but I've always loved hip hop and
Mhm.
rapping, and it was nice to kind of make that come to life, especially over a beat from one of my favorite artists or one of the most influential ones growing up. The guy's one of the best rappers ever, Big L. If even I think people who don't listen to hip hop would appreciate a song like Ebonics.
Mhm.
That's like a very formula driven hip hop song where he like literally runs through Ebonic terms and what they mean. And MVG doesn't exactly Oh, but no, I didn't use Ebonics for that. I used MVP, the most valuable something to hit the scene. But yeah, MVG. I don't know. I love that one. That was
No, well,
fun.
it was very good. Well, for one, I am a fan of hip hop, so that was that was enjoyable for that part. But also, I mean, like, I really enjoyed the I don't know the like I could tell you just had fun making that one too. And it was just a really creative way to do like a shout out video and stuff. And that's one like usually if I'm ever going back through your old videos, I'll stop on like a few of like the random reviews, and like stuff like that. But I always stop on that one. So
I'm still flattered, man. The shout outs too. It's so hard to do those in a meaningful way. You know, I've seen Boston Burf does it pretty well in some of his videos because he does RPG videos. So he'll like title some of the characters the names of other channels.
that's cool. It's
But most of the time, you hear people like lament that shout outs are dying, but they don't even do them, or they shout out like they're the same channels. I don't mean to bicker or anything, but like the effect that you have when you just say, "Oh, go subscribe to this channel," it's low, and the fact you don't even know what your exposure is going to be on that video anyway.
yeah, exactly. I think I don't know. I think it was more of like maybe less of the fact that you were shouting at everybody, but more of like the fact that it was like almost like celebrating the community,
Hmm. I have several people who tell me they like MVG. Dead Thumb always comes back on that video, comments on it. I had a friend who lived in my apartment building, and he was like, "Yo, I showed my friends MVG," and I'm like, "Really?" Like, okay.
Death Thumb's got some cool rap videos too on his
He's
content.
got better ones than me, man. I mean, I've done a few. Like I did one on the Under 1,000 Club, like just a little 8-bar sequence or whatever. But man, he can rhyme.
Yeah, he's good. I would really like to. I think I talked to him one time about doing something together, but I don't think we ever pursued anything. I think it was just kind of like an idea. But I would still I would still
came
love
close.
So
I did like half and half with him, and then we just never went fully through with it. I would like, I have to reach out to him about it, but maybe we could like put out the audio track or something.
my idea of doing a video with Dead Thumb, which if he's listening, hey man, listen to this, was to because I can't rap and I can't sing and I'm just not good at that kind of stuff, but I am good at doing editing and film work. So I thought about maybe like helping him produce a song, like come up with a concept for a song, and then I would make the music video for the song. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was just an idea I had, because I thought that'd be pretty cool. Because I'm
You cut out at the part where you said you're good at, and then I heard what you said about producing the music video.
I'm good. Sorry, I'm good at video editing and like film, like creating film. Like film creation.
That'd be fun, man.
on-
I would definitely love to watch that.
Over on Frickin' Frack. Plug in Frickin' Frack. We are actually working on stuff, man. For Frickin' Frack, it's not dead yet.
I see it. It's going harder than Turbo Zone right now.
It's not dead yet.
It's slapping. I love me some freaking frack minis.
Frickin' Frack's always been like my baby. So, like, I could see myself like, not that I am, but I could totally see myself like deciding to put down Turbo Zone, or something like that, But I couldn't see myself putting down Frickin' Frack. Like, it's too personal.
Yeah, you're invested in that. You've been doing those skits since like you were in school.
Yeah, we started that. We started that channel in like 2012. So, yeah, it's been a minute. 7 years.
I wish I had that ambition since high school.
Well, that was my.
I think I had always been trying to like figure out what I needed to do or wanted to do in my spare time, and I'm glad that I've come the ways I have. But I remember when I had graduated high school, I was toying around with writing raps, and I liked video games, but like I didn't have any clear cut idea of what my creative endeavors were.
Well, I've actually been doing film work since about 2008.
Hmm.
Me and a buddy, not Damon. Me and another friend. We were hanging out like all the time, and we found his dad's like old digital camera, and it had a video setting on it, and we figured out how to like record stuff off that and put it onto like Windows Movie Maker and make a movie out of it, pretty much. So that's where it all started, and that's kind of like where like the light bulb kind of like clicked on for me. And we did some stuff, and I still have it. I've posted a few of my older stuff to Frickin' Frack under like Alex's archive or whatever, so you can kind of see some of the old stuff I've done. But me and that friend, we're cool now, but we had a falling out for a while. So then after we had the big falling out, me and Damon, which I was friends with Damon, and I knew he was a big film buff. He had never made anything, but he loved movies. So I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, do you want to try to like do some of this with me?" I was like, "Do you want to try to make a movie with me?" He was like, "Oh yeah." So we got together one hot summer day in 2012, and we made the original Zip Loop video, and that was that.
And that was a wrap.
And that was a wrap. And
It's a freaking frack wrap.
I mean, and I've been grateful because, like, you know, like through, well, for one, through like stuff like when I was doing gaming content on that channel, I found you and stuff like that, and but also through just doing Frickin' Frack, like we've kind of found our ways into other people's stuff and met cool other organizations and people to work with, and like Damon's gotten cool acting gigs. Like you can see some of his stuff posted on there and stuff like that. Like he's gotten really good, cool like acting spots too, because Damon can act, man.
Mm.
Yeah, like he's pretty damn good.
Mm.
So,
He's very good at the deadpan style.
well, and that was always like the idea behind the channel was always like he was more of the actor, and I mean, you know, and I would do stuff in the videos, but I'm more of like the creative force.
Well, you have good deadpan as well, and then but you just come in with some of like the shock. Like it's you guys are really good. You'll have good chemistry together.
Oh, dude, it took us forever to figure out our characters.
The thumbnail I can't get out of my head is the one with you guys in the shower together.
Wait, which one? Which one? There's two of them. There's one with just me and Damon.
It's the one with all three of you.
With
You
me,
and David as well.
Dude, David has been a trooper. David's also been helping us out. He was originally like when we first started, we didn't put him in many of the videos, but he was like always there to help us. Like he always showed up. Like anytime we needed him, he was there. So eventually we started putting him in the videos, and now like I couldn't see us doing Frickin' Frack without David. Like it's almost like we should change the name to like Frickin' Frack and David or something. You know, like I couldn't see us making a Frickin' Frack video without David because he's like, I love his character in those videos.
You could do Frick, Frack, and David.
Frick, Frack, and David. So. No, I'm just grateful, man, because it's it's hard to find like a group of people like that all share like the same creative vision, you know.
In one like hometown.
Exactly, and it's something that like even though like the channel never got as big as we hoped, or or anything like that, like it's something like we still want to do because it's something that we enjoy. Like ultimately, I think ever since we started, we always told ourselves like even if this goes nowhere, we're doing it for us, you know.
Yeah, and it's never too late. I think that's part of the beautiful thing about posting content on YouTube is that you really never know when something is gonna hit.
Yeah.
Eventually there's always a calling for like skit type videos.
Yeah.
And maybe there's like one video that'll pull more people to your channel, And maybe it's this one. Guys, I know we've plugged the button mappers, but you can also check out Alex on Frickin' Frack. I always say Turbo Zone, but Frickin' Frack is also a great channel that like coupled Turbo Zone content for a while for me.
Well, it was more like we didn't. A big issue with that was like I was doing gaming videos on there. We were doing the sketch videos, and then Damon was doing film reviews for a while, and it felt crowded.
Very, yeah. I think all of our channels felt crowded at one point.
So
even mine still does, and I don't really know what I'm doing with it. I'm liking doing just podcast style content here, but
yeah, I'm in the same vein with Turbo Zone where I'm just kind of I don't know if I'm in the same vein because I think I know what I want out of Turbo Zone. It's just doing it. wanting to do it, you know.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I didn't get to answer to this one before, but
Oh,
just
sorry.
getting footage. No, you don't have to apologize.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Teddy.
Getting. No, no
I'm
apologies
sorry.
necessary.
Go ahead.
No. It's too late to apologize. Getting footage for games is a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's just like thinking about, oh, am I going to press the share button right now? Or like you said, like even thinking about that mentality of recording a video for games is annoying. Well, even that mentality during playing a game of should I be recording this? Should I hook my hardware up? Should I press the share button? It just ruins the way that you play a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't get to
You know,
experience it.
even
Well,
making a third save file to like keep the log.
well, it's like you're not even playing the game. You're like performing. You know, it's like you know everything you do is going to show up in the video later, so you can't mess up. You know, you can't goof off. You got to show all the right points. You know, and
It suddenly becomes a chore.
yeah, it does. And that's also like part of the thing is that like I've been enjoying shedding that skin and not having to worry about that. And that's why I'm so hesitant. I think I'm so hesitant to do a lot of TurboZone videos. I actually enjoyed the stuff I did last year with TurboZone. You mentioned the Sega video, but I did that. I did like the Crazy Taxi 3 video. I did the one with the Retro Rewind one.
Oh yeah, I liked those videos too, where you were going into the store and it's like documentary style. Even the Crazy Taxi video is like documentary style. I think when you make it like an interesting film project like that, that's when it's really got its strongest identity.
Mm-hmm. So you know, I've been trying to like still kind of blend my styles around a little bit, but I don't know, man. I love the button mappers.
I do too. I love us.
Oh.
I love you. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you, Teddy.
What's
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You're my guest.
No, but you can go ahead.
I could, but I'm going to let you.
I forgot what I was saying anyway. So,
What's your favorite video that we've done?
butt mappers.
Yeah.
That's tough, man, because they all always have some moment that every time I listen to it, I forget about, and I just like I laugh. I'm just like, you know what? You go first. Let me think.
I can't wait for the Best of Button Mappers 2019. That video is going to be so funny. It might not be to like other people, but to me, I'm gonna die.
But what's
like,
what's your
listening back to
favorite
this.
thing we've done?
I think it's easier to start with the jokes and like the things that we say, and then go back to the video itself because it might help us like triangulate where that video is.
The jokes, man. Okay, so what's your favorite joke or like favorite bit?
Oh my god, the column mappers, the columns jokes have me dying. And then, is it worth it? The first time, you know, I said like the age-old question, and you thought you were like, I thought you were gonna say, is it worth it?
That was
like,
in
no,
the,
I probably shouldn't.
That was in the modern gaming video. Yeah, because you said the age-old question, like it's like some of the graphics, and I go, oh, I thought you were gonna say, is it worth it?
I think since that we've said, is it worth it in almost every video.
It's just like we get so attached to these running jokes, and like it's hard to put them down.
I'm going to read off what our videos are, and maybe that'll help us do it. Oh, what are some of your favorite jokes that we've done?
I don't know, because it almost feels like with our running jokes, it's like our own little vocabulary. Because, you know, at first you're like, what the fuck is Clue Clue Land? And then, like, by, like, the third video, you're like, yeah, fuck Clue Clue Land, you know? Or something like that, you know? It's like we pick up on something once, and then, like, it just never goes away. Also love like the little like really, I like the really like sporadic spur of the moment things like I forgot what the one was, but it was the Backstreet Boys one or whatever it was. What was it? It was like ain't nothing but a Genesis. Yeah, tell me why. Yeah, that one.
Tell me why.
that makes me laugh.
We do a lot of musical stuff over there. Okay, let me read off the ones, and then you tell me. Nintendo 64, GameCube, Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing, the Nintendo Wii, Banjo-Kazooie, Wipeout and SNK. It's
Okay.
Game Talk. Discourse on Genesis, Sonic 1, Sega Saturn, Sega, Dragon Quest and Mass Effect. Discourse on Modern Gaming, Castlevania and Mortal Kombat 11, Super Mario Odyssey, Genesis Mini, Game Talk with Spencer, Sonic 2, Arcade Discourse, and a video, 2 videos that are set to private.
I'm always drawn to the Sega videos, of course, because I'm a huge Sega fanboy. I don't know. What are your favorites?
I think for jokes, I love Sonic 2 because the word of the day in that video is the word of the hour. We must have said that word like 25 times, and like that became the new running joke out of that video.
Yeah, it's like, well,
And you know, I always appreciate the clue lands in the columns, but just like naturally saying the word aesthetic so many times made that word obsolete.
I love that. I love. Oh, it's like I love how we just kind of pick up on like a running, like we can like start like a joke and then it just becomes a running joke and it never goes away. You know, or it
From Eggman to Egg Can. Also in Sonic 1, Labyrinth Zone is the clue land of Sonic 1. We got quotables, man.
I love doing the intros to the Button Mapper episodes.
Mhm.
It's like one of my favorite.
You got a favorite?
I don't know. I don't know if I have one off the top of my head. But I absolutely my favorite intro was probably the one that was like it wasn't how it was going how I expected it to. It was the Sonic 1 map out. That's probably gonna be my favorite intro of all time. Because
How does that one go?
Because it starts up, and I forgot what I was gonna do. I think I was just gonna like ramble off a bunch of Sonic stuff, but like I started up and I just say I think I just gotta go fast, and then you just then you come in with like and like you start talking extremely fast, and I was not expecting this, and I just like it just caught me off guard.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I just like start dying, and I'm just like, what happened?
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I'm just like, I start cackling because, and like I think that's one of my favorite ones because like it was like one of the only times that like you interject during my intro, and I'm just like,
The intros are definitely special, especially when they're special. You know, sometimes we're just like button mappers, but you know, there's a time and place for each.
where do you see the where do you hope to be with the button mappers and like maybe like a year, 2 years?
Well, I want that custom URL. I'm like hitting for 100 subs. Like, we gotta do it.
Oh yeah,
Let's do it in 2019, baby.
maybe.
I don't know if we can, but let's try.
Let's try.
Let's get close.
Yeah, because we want to
know?
start putting everything out.
We got like a good month and a half now.
We want to start putting everything else on.
I don't know that we need to put it like everywhere, like all the podcasts and platforms. I don't even know how important that is to me because I'm happy to do the content on YouTube. I just don't know. Like, will the video content evolve with us? You know, will we update the graphics? Will we start, maybe doing a video recording of it? I don't know.
I definitely.
I like what it is now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I think it's like our creative sensibilities boiled down to its like most simple form. You know, like, it feels pure to me. Pure pool.
Yeah. It's a swimming pool of buttons and maps. What do I want to do with it? I want to do more map outs. I want to just do more of it. I love what we do, and we didn't really say this video, but we say it a lot, and the map outs are like almost learning moments for us.
Oh man, the map outs.
Almost every
I don't.
single
You
time
know,
that we've done a map out, I've learned
I
something.
don't think we anticipated that either, at all, because we started with the banjo one, and I know before we started, I was like, okay, we'll go into this, we'll talk about each level, and we'll talk about how good the game is and stuff, and then like, it didn't happen that way. we talked about the levels, but it just became a little more educational than I thought it was going to be, And I was like, oh, and then so like every map out since has kind of been that way, where it's like it just kind of opens your eyes and lets you look at the game from a new perspective.
Hmm. It's almost like an ongoing conversation with the game itself, and an interesting insight into it. It would be something I think developers would be they would benefit from.
Yes,
if they
definitely,
did it.
and I think people also should definitely look at it. I don't know. I feel like you could easily look at the map out and watch like one of our map out videos. Say Sonic 1. We had a lot of complaints about that game. And you could look at it and be like, "Oh, they don't like Sonic 1." That's far from the truth. You know?
I play it a lot.
Yeah,
I always play it.
We like Sonic 1. Like just because we can look at something at a objective level and say this part's bad, this part's not very good, doesn't mean we don't like it. It's just like we can recognize the faults.
I think even we were very clear at the end about it being like showing room for improvement, and not necessarily that being a bad thing.
Well, but I'm just saying, like, I like, part of me is almost afraid that like people will kind of view the map out as a negative thing, in a sense, like, oh, they're bashing a game, and that's not what we mean to do. It's like I like some.
I like to see them do a map.
Exactly,
out.
It's like I like some bullshit, man. Like you don't even know. Like I like games that I know are on an objective level probably not the best.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as they're fun and you have fun, like there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I would still play Banjo-Kazooie and Sonic 1 like today.
Yeah, I would still play Clue Clue Land. Oh shit, damn it! I did a Clue Clue Land joke on
you. You got to save that for the button mappers.
I did a Clue Clue Land joke on you. Sorry, man, it just happens.
Oh no! What have you done? It's contaminated.
So
the Majora T-Cast has been contaminated with Clue Clue Land.
What have you been playing lately, or is
you know what Clue Clue rhymes with?
I don't want to do Clue. We're not starting Clue Clue Land jokes.
This is a taste of the button mappers, guys.
What does it rhyme with?
Subscribe for more Clue Clue jokes.
Oh, what? I'm okay. Subscribe. So,
hey y'all,
it's a button mappers.
Oh, I love that. I love our intro and our outro.
No, me too.
What have I been playing lately?
Yeah, or like
my Switch.
What do you want to play? What's on your mind?
Well, tomorrow's Pokemon. I don't really want to play Pokemon. I got to be honest with you.
I don't know if I'm getting it day one. I think I want to wait.
Yeah, it's just that my girlfriend's excited about it, so I do want to get it.
I'm gonna see if I got any Christmas money. And then I'm gonna buy it with that.
I'll buy her a copy, and then I'll see how it is on her end, and then maybe I'll decide if I want to get one for myself too. I got that bowling money.
Bowling.
I've been coaching bowling.
Bowling.
Yeah. So that's paid for games.
What about on a collecting level? Like, is there anything you've been kind of wanting to collect lately, or like you've been in the mood to go after? Or
selling. I've been selling games to collect a little more. Actually, on the Switch, I've been stacking up on the Mario games.
Okay.
I have now Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey, Mario and Rabbids, Mario Party.
Have you played?
And I can't remember if I have any more.
Have you played Mario Rabbids yet?
Yes, a little bit.
I like it. I think it's.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it's a really enjoyable strategy game. It's simple.
I know people say there's a lot of RPGs on this console, but I really don't see that many.
I mean, you got Skyrim. The Witcher just came. Dragon
Yeah, but I'm talking
Quest,
turn-based. Like this is turn-based, you
turn
know?
based. I mean, you still got like your Final Fantasies, games like that. I
Yeah,
guess.
but they're ports of like the PS1
Yeah,
games. Those
but
aren't like
that's
Switch
what they're
RPGs,
counting
you know?
though.
You have Fire
Like
Emblem,
wholly original,
you know? You have
like the only wholly original RPGs I could think of are like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and the one game. What is it called? Oh my god, what is it called? The one game that's like by Square Enix that has like the pixel art graphics. Octopath Traveler.
oh,
Yeah,
Octopath.
Octopath Traveler. I kept wanting to think of that one 3DS game that they made too. Yeah, Octopath Traveler. Like that's a total.
Oh, you're thinking Bravely
Yeah,
Default.
Bravely Default's what I
Yeah.
had in my head. And I was like, that's not right.
I'm more interested in I Am Setsuna than Octopath Traveler. I think Octopath Traveler got a lot of hype.
I want to try. Well, of course, there's Fire Emblem too. Fire Emblem, whatever the last one was, the houses or whatever.
Three
Three houses.
Houses.
I want to try
I'm not
it.
that interested in
I
that
want to
one.
try it.
Yeah.
I've never tried a Fire Emblem game,
Okay.
so I want to give it a shot.
You gotta play Awakening. That's the one I would
Yeah,
suggest.
but that means I got to turn on my 3DS.
Do you not like your 3DS
I
anymore?
am not the market for handheld gaming, man. It's not me. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like one of those things that like it's like while it's like I love my 3DS while it was cool and new and games are coming out every week, but right now I just don't care. Like
I mean, I gotta admit, just since getting a Switch, I don't really pick up the 3DS
yeah,
that much anymore. The other thing too is I used to spend so much time on the 3DS, I would neglect my home consoles. So one of my goals for myself was really to just put down the 3DS and just play some home console games more. I found that I'm able to spend less time gaming and more time being productive and doing things, video editing, doing work for my job, whatever it is, hanging out with my girlfriend, um, stuff that matters. Now. Video gaming matters, but when I was on the 3DS, I would just nonstop play.
I loved my 3DS when I first got it. And I still do enjoy games on it, and I still have my original red 3DS. But I don't have a need to go back and collect any of those games. Like I don't think I ever want to collect like DS games or 3DS games really. Like that like there's some that's cool that I won't get rid of, or some that I like if I saw I'd pick up. Like there's definitely some titles. Like you sent me the Tingle game, the Tingles whatever Rosie Ruby Land. That's awesome, and I would and I love having that, and I love being able to show it off and play it. But like and like in terms of like things that aren't like unique like that, like I'm not gonna be like, oh cool, a copy of Pokemon Omega Ruby, cool. I probably pick that up. I'll be like, I don't care. Like I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna sit down on my 3DS and play a full RPG right now.
Yeah, man. That's another one of my goals was playing RPGs, and that's just. I think I'm just getting too old, man. To having to do all these adult things.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Well,
It's
I don't know.
not
I
fun.
enjoy more.
Doing too much adulting.
I enjoy more arcadey games anyway too.
Yeah. It's just I think my eyes are starting to go. I'm an old man, Alex. I've been doing this for too long.
For too long. You could. I mean, I sent you that 2600, and that's as simple as it gets. Just dead air.
Might as well be Clue Clue Land. Nah, it's not that bad. I like the Atari.
I like that video you did for it. Whenever I sent you the console.
It's not a bad console. It's just not. I need something a little more modern, and even NES is like a little dated for me. I don't mind the Atari, but even just hooking it up just gets in the way of even putting another console up. And I gotta admit, there's a few consoles I would probably play the Atari over that are currently in my collection, but it's not many. I don't think the Atari is like I enjoyed being able to experience it, but even as far as experiencing arcade style games, I think there are other consoles I can do that on that I would rather do that for.
I almost enjoy the 2600 because of its limitations, because of how simplistic it is. And I have like that's my biggest collection right now by far is my Atari collection.
Hmm.
So I've like made it a goal to just that's a console that yeah I see something and I'm like oh I don't have that I need that.
Hmm. That console for me is probably the GameCube or the Switch. I'm having trouble
The
deciding.
Switch is hard to collect for because everything's so damn expensive right now. And so same thing with the GameCube.
Yeah. Although, if you look not necessarily for the games that you want, but for
The games you
the games
deserve.
that yes, if you look for the games you deserve, if you look at the games that are maybe less sought after, you'll get some good deals. The Rabbids game was $20.
Yeah,
I only spent 40 on Mario Kart. Mario Odyssey I got with the Traveler's Book for like
that's
50.
true. I did buy like
Um,
I do have a handful
I
of
don't
random
know.
Switch games like the Street Fighter collection, Hello Neighbor, a few games like that that I bought physical versions for cheap.
Hmm. Yeah. Switch life, baby.
But and if you want to go really cheap, buy them digital games on the Switch. They cheap.
Oh God, don't.
You
No.
get
Then you're just taking up your hard drive
well,
space.
you gotta get a micro SD card, but
They do that. They make those games like 10 cents and then try and sell you, but then those SD cards, you don't want a bunch of those flying around.
ukulele is like $13 right now.
Really? Well, I bought it
They're
already,
having a
so.
Team 17 publisher sale, so you can buy like that
What's
overcooked
what's your most recommended downloads?
for Switch.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm trying to think. Is that to be download only?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to go by like what's my most played, and there is, I think my most played download is the 40th anniversary SNK collection, which I did on the second episode of Game Talk.
But yeah. That's fun.
Cuphead, I love Cuphead. That's a really good game. Ori the Blind Forest, been playing that one too. It's a pretty good game too. I like Hyper Late Drifter. Have you ever played that game before?
Mm-mm. I have something called Zeo Drifter.
I have that too. Hyper Late Drifter is a very pretty Zelda-esque game.
Explain.
It's Zelda-esque in the sense of it's a top-down dungeon crawling exploration game, but there's no spoken dialogue. Anytime you talk to somebody, it just shows like a bubble above their head, and it shows like an image of something. So you kind of get the story from that, and you never like you don't really know what the plot is. You're just kind of interpreting the things that are happening, and it has a pixel art style, but not like any pixel art style I've seen before. It's very like it almost looks like a painting in a way. It's a very cool game. It's the I have some issues with the combat. It's a little fast paced at some parts for my liking, but because like a top down game with fast paced combat never really works too well. I don't think. But overall, I find it to be very enjoyable. Also, look like what's it? Enter the Gungeon. That game's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anything by Digital Devolver or whatever, they are they're crazy.
I noticed that several Wii U and 3DS downloads are being ported. So I have like Fast Racing, which is a lot of fun. Very F-Zero-esque, except brutal. I noticed Gunman Clive Collection was on there,
Yeah, I
like a
saw that
collection of
on
the
there.
games.
I haven't played the second one. I only played the first one.
People really like the second one. I find the games are a bit short for my liking,
Yeah,
but it's what it is.
of course I have to have all the Steam World games. I have all the Steam World games on my Switch.
And you have to own SteamWorld in every
God,
possible
I don't know how many
fashion.
times I own Steam World Dig.
SteamWorld Dig is the new Sonic One.
It's a curse. I keep buying it, man. I love those games though. SteamWorld, because right now on Switch, because Quest is exclusive to Switch. So
Are any of them better than Dig though?
I don't know. I Dig 2 is pretty damn good. And then Heist, I think Heist is my least favorite, but it's still pretty enjoyable. I don't know if you played it Heist much.
I tried it.
And Quest is good. Quest is a pretty good like turn-based RPG.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
You sound like Trouser.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh well.
So you never answered it. What was your favorite button
Oh
mapper
shit!
video?
I'm sorry, man. I got distracted. Probably. No. I said it's probably one of our Sega videos.
Yeah, but you didn't say which one.
I'm gonna go with the Genesis one just because I like the that part where we're playing the Sega Genesis.
Playing on your Jenny.
Playing on your Jenny. Yeah, the Sega Jenny.
Your Jenny Mendy.
Also, like, was it, no. It was the Saturn one where we started out singing the Sega da Sanshiro, Sega da Sanshiro,
Sega da Sanshiro, Sega da Sanshiro.
Those are like the best commercials.
Just wait till the DK64 map out. Oh my god. But the intro for that one's going to be the best part.
Yeah, but then the rest.
DK.
Yeah, then we have to talk about the rest of the game,
Kong.
though.
He's the leader of the bunch. That one might need to be the drinking video.
Teddy Kong. I thought we were doing Conquer for that.
That's the one where you have to like drink so much that the game actually seems fun.
I thought we were doing Conquer for that.
Yeah, I know. We are. Hey, spoiler alert. They don't know when.
They don't know when.
They don't know when. I've never even played Conquer, so.
Well, it's not this year. We already have the button mapper layout for the rest of the year, so. Sorry, everybody.
It's looking good. It's a good looking year, y'all.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Woo! Hey, y'all.
Well, what a
I think that about sums it up, guys.
what a podcast.
It's the best friends cast.
This is less exciting than button mappers.
Yeah, probably because there's no music.
And also, we don't have a focus.
Regardless, I appreciate it. I appreciate having you on
No
here,
problem,
Alex.
man.
I thought it was fun.
I
And I'm looking forward to doing more button mapper.
like
content.
coming on the show, on your show, on your channel. That
Being a part
remember that one time we did chess.
of the majority.
We played chess that one time,
And we did a whole video about something completely different
and
while playing chess.
yeah, it was classic game room. We did
That was like our second classic game room
then
video.
we did I was on 2 of the other podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Making the switch, which maybe we should do a response to.
Having the Switch.
Yes. Having the switch. Owning a switch.
Owning the Switch. Not owning the Xbox One.
Yeah.
I'm mean to that.
Xing the
I am
box.
mean to that thing. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I'm just so unimpressed by that thing.
It's not without reason. I mean, it's not really much of a gaming console.
I don't know. I might get one just for backwards compatibility, so I could play some of my OG Xbox games in high definition.
I mean, on paper, it could be a great console, but it's not. It's really not.
I don't know. Maybe Sea of Thieves is cool. I haven't played that.
True.
I mean, it's a Rare game.
The Rare
And I love
replay, I
Rare.
think, would
You
be
know
worth
me.
it.
If there's one thing that I love, it's Sonic. And then it's Rare.
Indeed, it's not a rare thing to hear.
Man, I got some pizza and it smells really good.
Well, I'll let you get to it. Guys, this has been Alex from the Button Mappers.
And this has been Teddy.
And 2 other channels.
Teddy
Turbo Zone
from
and
the
Freaking
Button
Frack, which you
Mappers.
both check out.
And from
I'm Teddy.
This is Teddy. And I'm Alex.
And
we are.
And I'm Alex.
What? No. I'm Teddy.
And I'm Alex.
Oh, sorry. I like the intro to the mini episode.
I can't remember.
Where I'm like, hey, everybody, look at the Button Mappers. It's the Button Mappers mini. It's the mini Button Mappers.
Oh, man. Well, now I need an intro for this show.
The intro.
Yeah.
Majora T. He's a guy. He likes to play Dragon Quest. There you go.
We could just sip Majora tea on the intro. Yes, today I'm joined by Alex from the Button Mappers.
I'm from Arizona. Yes. Shout out to Spencer.
Good old Spencer.
He's from Arizona.
The channel.
All right, man. This pizza smells too damn good. I gotta get off here.
Have a great time. See you, Alex, guys. Let us know what you thought.
Thanks for
See you next time.
Thanks for listening to us ramble.
Yes. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.